Before the monastery. The landscape of Montescudaio around the year 1000. Between the late Roman age and the first centuries of the Middle Ages. Most of the farms in the Montescudaio territory and surrounding areas were abandoned following the crisis that swept the Roman world in the 3rd century AD. Rare traces of frequentation dating from the 4th to 5th centuries AD have been identified on the hills of the Scornabecchi woods and not far from Monte Bono, whereas to date there's no known archaeological evidence traceable to the Lombard or Carolingian periods, 7th to 9th centuries AD. However, the study of names of places reveals the presence of localities whose name is derived from the terms of Germanic origin, such as Bandilo and Gualdistallo, from Warda, which equals guard, and Poggio Galliardo, from Gahagium, which equals reserved land composed with ward. The ecclesiastical settlement in the Montescudaio territory. Various ecclesiastical foundations likewise date back to a period prior to the year 1000, as evidenced by both the agiotoponyms, i.e. the names of the saints they are dedicated to, and by the written sources. In the Montescudaio territory, seemingly quite old is the construction of the Santa Perpetua Church in the locality of the same name, attested by archival sources as early as 1022. But in a state of neglect in the 16th century until its disappearance before the 19th century. Between the 11th and 12th centuries, moreover, other religious buildings were built, such as the Paris Church of Saint Giovanni, Saint John, in Castelgiustri, and the countryside churches of Santa Lucia, Saint Lucy, and Santa Maria, Saint Mary. The Church of Santa Maria, Saint Mary. Origin and first uses. A church dedicated to Saint Mary, situated just outside the Montescudaio residential area, has been mentioned in documents since 1004. The archaeological excavations have confirmed the presence of a small early medieval church and an enclosed residential building in the site where, at the end of the 11th century, a female Benedictine monastery with the same name, currently brought back to the light in the locality of Badia, was founded. Archaeological investigations have highlighted not only the existence of buildings and structures we can date back to the 10th and 11th centuries, but also the presence of some burial sites around the old church, at least at the end of this period, and of kitchen and tableware used by those who had to frequent the adjacent rectory, as shown in the display case.